Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to have more cool comic book slash film slash story discussion fun. This such topic will be about legendary rock and roll slash folk slash blues singer, songwriter, performer named Stevie Nicks. And I will also be comparing power levels for and of Stevie Nicks in regards to her immense talents, abilities, and skill sets. Oh, there is a comic book edition out there about the legendary singer Stevie Nicks that chronicles and tells the story of her life through a comic book depiction and description, of course. Those comics may be in limited edition, so you have to check the comic book stores or simply type it in and they will direct you to some type of order form. I imagine those editions are out there if you seek them out. Okay, Stevie Nicks came from an early humble beginning, much like many other great artists did. She, of course, would start singing and harmonizing as a 4-year-old girl because of her grandfather who sang country music. He traveled around and sung gigs here and there, and he didn't blow up on a major global scale, but he had a great influence over his granddaughter, and he helped shape one of the greatest rock and roll idols and icons that would ever come about, of course. So she started off singing earlier on. Her grandfather influenced her. She listened to a lot of music and read fairy tales, which helped shape her eventual climb and rise to fame, of course. Okay, she ended up joining a couple of rock bands and a duo group before she embarked on her illustrious solo career, of course. And in high school is where she would join her first rock band slash folk group band. And then in college, she joined a more popular band in which would open up for acts like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, of course. And then after that band disbanded, of course, she joined a duo group with her boyfriend, and they produced an album which didn't sell too well, so they got dropped from the label. But they didn't give up, of course. They had little or no money at the time, so they stuck in the game until they eventually joined an immensely popular group called Fleetwood Mac. And that group became immensely popular and iconic in most part due to their collection of artists. But of course, Stevie Nicks had a huge hand in that group's overall success because she wrote stellar #1 hits for that group. Stellar. And those were highly chart-topping, highly selling songs, of course, that she contributed heavily to with her amazing songwriting gifts and talents. But she was also lead vocalist over that group, in which produced 7 albums with her. And that wasn't the end of her musical greatness, because she embarked on a solo career eventually that produced 8 solo studio albums, of course, that sold tens of millions of albums on their own. With her being a solo artist, she sold over 100 million albums with the group Fleetwood Mac because of her heavy contributions to that group, of course, with voice and penmanship. She didn't stop with music, of course, because she transitioned into films and documentaries, in which she did maybe 30 or 40 of. She didn't write a book, but there's been dozens of books written about her greatness, her legacy, and her dominance in the musical industry as one of the greatest songwriters and singers that ever lived. And she, of course, has a Guinness Book as being the only female that was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, if you could believe that. She did it as a solo artist and as part of the group Fleetwood Mac, of course. So let's get into her power levels comparables. She is an immensely powerful and prominent songwriter, of course, who has written and penned more than 100 songs, of course. She's a powerful lead vocalist, of course, that has contributed much to group success and her solo career success, of course. She is a fashion icon pioneer who integrated a unique style of dressing into her routines. She's performed thousands of shows, so she's a powerful stage performer too as well. All right, folks, let me know how you feel about this one.